West Ham United took on Manchester City in March 1996 in a game that was of particular significance to the visitors. City were being sucked into a relegation dogfight. West Ham was safe in 11th, but had lost their last game 3-0 at Newcastle. Harry Redknapp made 2 changes from that team, bringing in Luděk Mikloško and Tim Breacker in place of Les Sealey and Steve Potts. Most of Manchester City's hopes for survival lay with their influential playmaker Georgi Kinkladze. The Georgian international had scored both goals in City's win over Southampton a few days earlier. Alan Ball made 1 change from the 11 that started that game. Micheal Brown came in for Gary Flitcroft. Your match commentator is John Champion.
Claret and Blue takes on Sky Blue. 2 of the more attractive sides in the English Premier League this season, but Manchester City looking anxiously over their shoulders. 15th in the league table. Only 30 points from their 31 fixtures so far. And hindered by a chronic lack of goals. They've managed to find the opposition net just 24 times all season long. West Ham habitually pretty strong here at Upton Park. Flick on by Dowie, finding Michael Hughes. And Keith Curle, in the end, toe pokes it away. Finding Georgi Kinkladze, fresh from that thriller of a goal against Southampton. Already reckoned to be one of the finest goals ever seen at Main Road. That was last weekend. Here is Micheal Brown, causing a moment of concern to Luděk Mikloško in the West Ham goal. Harry Redknapp and Frank Lampard, the West Ham management team. Challenged by Ian Brightwell, and now Keith Curle. Brown. The pitch, as you can see, pretty pockmarked, showing signs of wear and tear this season. And here's Dicks, the West Ham talisman. Dowie. And he was clattered after he'd headed the ball on, Ian Dowie. And he won't mind that. His is a physical approach to the game. He dishes some out, he expects to take it. Although how much of a foul that really was is open to debate. Eike Immel, the veteran German, setting himself for Ian Bishop's free kick. And there's Dowie. And now Keith Rowland. And the block was by Nicky Summerbee. Dowie, a battering ram of a centre forward. Doesn't score that many, but he plays a part in plenty of goals. He's a selfless contributor to the West Ham cause. There's Dicks. And no one really picked up Julian Dicks. And then Ian Dowie does beat Eike Immel. And West Ham have the lead. Julian Dicks, initial header, cleared by Uwe Rösler. Did well to hook it away from beneath his own bar. But then when it came back in, Ian Dowie's header too good for Immel. And Alan Ball and Asa Hartford contemplate a 1-0 deficit. Just over 20 minutes played. Dicks. Ian Dowie ended up on his knees. Kit Symons trying to marshal those defenders around him. This is Bishop. And now Dicks. Keith Rowland. Micheal Frontzeck away. Not very far. Dowie. And now Kinkladze for City, who haven't travelled well this season. Really still trying to recover from that dreadful start. Their first win came in their 12th game on November the 4th. Scored 3 goals in their first 11 matches. And they've been trying to play catch-up ever since. One of the results that helped to turn their season partially was on New Year's Day at Main Road against the Hammers, when they won 2-1 with a pair of goals from Niall Quinn. Quinn beginning on the bench today. Ian Dowie shouting instructions for Slaven Bilić. Dicks, Brightwell, Tim Breacker. Former Luton fullback, fell nicely enough for him, but he's not renowned as a finisher. Bishop, Breacker. Now Bilić, the Croatian. Rowland. Well tackled by Nigel Clough. Now Kinkladze. Tends not to produce quite so spectacularly on the road as he does at home for Manchester City. That's been a pattern throughout his career. It's frustrated many of his coaches and managers. Brown to Micheal Frontzeck, and Uwe Rösler missed his kick. Went for it with his left and it struck his standing foot. And that's what Manchester City have lacked this season, a goal scorer who can contribute in plentiful numbers. Rösler's only got 6, might have made it 7. West Ham winners of 4 of their last 5 games on home turf or home sand, looking at this pitch today. Down goes Summerbee, fouled by Rowland. Nicky Summerbee, following in the illustrious footsteps of his father Mike, who also played for City. Rösler. Summerbee. Lomas. Now Frontzeck. Symons to Lomas. It's rather ponderous from Manchester City. Kinkladze loves to run at defenders, and he's been tripped, and it's a penalty. Had his ankle clipped by Keith Rowland. A smile on the face of the Welsh referee Keith Cooper. And Keith Curle has been entrusted with this kick. His only previous penalty this season in the League Cup against Wycombe. Saved by Mikloško. The Czech veteran had to guess which way, but it was a nice height. Symons. Frontzeck. Still a deal of frustration down on the City bench following the penalty failure by Curle. Well, there are other candidates to take it. Kinkladze or Clough. Brown. Kinkladze. Headed by Bilić. There's plenty of brawn in this West Ham side. A little bit too much of it, though, from Micheal Brown of City there. And West Ham have a free kick. And this is Tim Breacker. Dumitrescu is having his shirt pulled. Referee Cooper gives nothing. Rösler. And now Lomas. And that is half-time. And West Ham slightly fortunate to go in front through Ian Dowie's thumping header. And Mikloško's penalty save from Keith Curle. 1-0 it is at the midway point here at Upton Park in favour of West Ham. Some rather ungainly wrestling involving Brightwell and Dumitrescu. Manchester City beaten 3-0 here last season. A campaign of struggle which finished with them in 17th place, just 4 points clear of the drop. West Ham finished 1 point better off than City at the end of the last campaign. They're rather further in front of them this time around. There's Dowie. Danny Williamson. In towards Ian Dowie. And that's where he's strong. Doesn't take any nonsense from defenders. Forces his way to the front of every queue. Lomas. Referee making every effort to allow play to flow. It's the way that Keith Cooper likes to approach his football. Lomas. Oh, and Rösler had a chance. And I'm not sure he expected the ball to reach him. It was Lomas who played it in. Marc Rieper left it. And Rösler was totally surprised. Steve Lomas, a feisty presence in the Manchester City midfield. Michael Hughes, former City player. Here's Breacker. Both Hughes and Bishop in the centre of the field, playing against their old club today. Hughes. Taking the long route, trying to go outside of Keith Curle, who's fouled him. West Ham work long and hard at their training ground, Chadwell Heath, on free kicks like this. In by Hughes. Dowie got his head on it. And it struck wood. Helped on its way too. So it is a corner, which Ian Bishop is going to swing goalwards. And there was Dicks coming in at the back post, and it's Brightwell who helps it behind this time. And West Ham are pressing hard for a second. Dicks. Curle. Now Summerbee. Outmuscled by Bishop, which is not his normal strength. It's more flair than force, Ian Bishop. Back heel from Dicks. Now Rowland. It's a growing confidence about West Ham's work. Bishop. And there's Hughes! Stooping header with a boot in his face. But another flowing move. Hughes just in front of the goalkeeper, Immel. Dicks is up there too. So's Rieper and Bilić. Short to Williamson. And another corner. Dumitrescu will take this. Manchester City rocking a bit. And Immel getting a palm to it, and it's rapidly resembling a siege. Succession of corners. Manchester City having to roll with West Ham's punches. Hughes. And Dowie! Well, you can't say it hadn't been coming. Ian Dowie and West Ham have two, and they deserve it on the balance of play. Rieper, that was ungainly. Rösler. Bishop. Summerbee. Free kick given by referee Cooper. temporary lull in proceedings. And that allows Niall Quinn and Scott Hiley to come on. Phil Joslin, the referee's assistant, just administering matters there. Uwe Rösler, one of those being withdrawn. And at least City will have a focal point in attack now. It's the fervent hope of Alan Ball. Lomas. Summerbee. One of the best crosses of the ball in the English game when he gets the chance. Rowland. Dowie. Bishop. Oh, sliced into by Lomas. The ball had long since departed the scene. And Keith Cooper, lenient referee though he tends to be, won't stand for that. It's a caution for Steve Lomas. Hiley. Kinkladze creates his own space. He's still going. Ran from halfway to score against Southampton last week. Wonderfully talented, the little Georgian. Kinkladze with hands on hips. Mikloško with a few more worry lines as he tries to assemble a 4-brick wall. Kinkladze for Summerbee. It was charged down by Hughes. Ricochets out to Brightwell, who'll take the throw. Keith Curle. Dowie. Now Summerbee with a bit of time. And Quinn. And Symons battling for it. Back in by Hiley. Clough with the diving effort and off the line. Steve Lomas had the best chance of all. Kicked away by Bishop. Off goes the Romanian, Ilie Dumitrescu. And the new darling of Upton Park, the Portuguese teenager, Dani, comes on. Dowie. Shielding it from Symons, but he was fouled. Down in front of the chicken run here at Upton Park. One of the most traditional of English football's arenas. And Dani, the man from Sporting Lisbon, with Brightwell. First touch for the substitute. Breacker. Bishop. Up goes Dowie, but he was climbing. No hard feelings between striker and centre-back. He did use Curle as a stepladder. Dicks in with the challenge. Oh, and then Lomas in on Dicks. And this could spell trouble for the flame-haired Northern Ireland midfielder who doesn't even look at the referee. He knows a second yellow is coming. And Manchester City are reduced to 10 men. The biter bit. Dicks with the free kick. On by Dowie. It's Curle's header. And it's an awfully big ask of Manchester City now. Numerically reduced. Trailing by 2. Only Keith Curle's first half penalty had gone in. Here's Niall Quinn. Scott Hiley. That's a decent attempt. Goalkeeper spills it and Quinn has scored. Pretty ropey piece of goalkeeping by Luděk Mikloško. Failing to hold Hiley's rising drive. Quinn quickly on the scene. 2-1. Hiley. Last time he had a crack and it set up a goal. Rieper away. Michael Hughes into the final 10 minutes. Bishop. Hughes. Nice touch from Dani to Hughes. Biding his time well, Michael Hughes. Julian Dicks. What a strike that is! It's his trademark. A howitzer of a left-foot drive. And that should seal it for West Ham now. It's his 8th of the season, and Julian Dicks, the left-back, is now West Ham's joint top scorer. No wonder they love him in the East End. Scott Hiley. Clough. Wears not only his heart but also the captain's armband on his sleeve. Quinn. Dicks to Bishop. And Bishop's through ball has split the Manchester City rearguard. It's Dani, who's all left foot, and what a left foot! His is a precocious talent. He bagged the winner against Spurs recently at White Hart Lane. And now a very stylish 4th goal here at the expense of Manchester City. All smiles, all flair, all promise, all Portuguese, all conquering. Brightwell. It's a rather half-hearted chorus of bubbles blowing around Upton Park. I thought the home supporters have rather more to sing about with gusto today. 5 consecutive wins through January and February ensured there'd be no relegation battle for the Hammers this time around. This will be a 5th win in 6 home fixtures. Dicks. Dani. And West Ham have a free kick. And they're also pretty close now to banking 3 more English Premier League points. Dicks. Hughes. And still Michael Hughes off the base of the post, and Rieper under pressure from Hiley couldn't turn it in. Michael Hughes deserves a goal really for his industry. Marc Rieper should have had one. Kinkladze. Hiley. At least has kept Manchester City up since his arrival as a substitute. There's Niall Quinn. That's a pretty splendid goal. Won't count for anything, indeed. There is the final whistle. But it's a second for Quinn and for City. And it reduces the margin of what was looking like a pretty hefty defeat. Not helped by the dismissal in the second half of Steve Lomas. But a fair reflection of a very watchable contest. West Ham the winners, 4-2.
An action-packed game with West Ham deservedly emerging victorious. The rest of the season was one of consolidation for the Hammers, and they ended up in 10th place in the league with a more solid backline the key. Manchester City's season went from bad to worse and they were unable to avoid the drop, finishing third from bottom and going down on goal difference. A draw at Liverpool on the last day of the season was the final nail in their coffin.